Okay, hello everyone, and welcome back to Back the Log Off. I'm Professor Icepick, and tonight I'm going to be going back to The Legend of Heroes: Trails in the Sky the Third. It always sort of feels weird to say The Legend of Heroes part of this. I mean, it barely really even comes up, so... but that's technically the full title, so... Alright, so... Here we go, let's start again. Such a catchy theme. Oh, there's Agate. Yep, so here we go. Let's just put this on her. Do we have any more accessories? Yeah, okay, I like that. Alright. And back we go. I like how time moves forward when you, yeah. Oh, those are some new enemies. No! Oh god. That was bad. I did not appreciate that. Ooh, okay.
That was the sword of Bender.
Okay, so the places that are already open don't appear to change any. Like that detail there. I wonder if there are going to be more of these, like, weird pseudo-recycled dungeons in this game. I kind of like... I like the concept here. It's a cool idea to me. I appreciate and enjoy this. Still locked.
Not bad.
There is nothing my sword cannot touch.
Not bad.
Okay, still locked. Ah, here we go. Where are we now? 100% positive this is the Grand Arena. It's used for all kinds of events in Liberal, like martial arts tournaments and stuff. I still despair of the fact that Olivier actually entered. If I'd known he was going to, I could have stopped him. But by the time I heard what was going on, they had already won. Aren't you used to his surprises by now? Oh yeah, you and your brothers took part in that tournament too, right, Josie? Estelle and Joshua mentioned it a while back.
Yeah, we did. Can't say it was much fun. We were basically just dragged into the arena as criminals. Wait, where did that Josie thing come from? Why am I the only one who gets a weird nickname?
Huh? Not a fan? It just popped into my head and I thought it sounded cute. It fits you perfectly too. But if it bothers you that much, I guess I could go with something else. Joe?
Just call me Josette like everyone else does. Regardless, it feels as though something is lying in wait for us in here. We should proceed with caution.
Agreed. Okay, so that's locked. So I guess we have to go through this away. Oh, hey, another one of these suckers. Okay, shop. Okay, also locked. I wonder if they are specifically pushing me in that direction. Okay, so that's just gated off. Wait a second. That's a sun door.
Bring to me the fists of steel, which nothing in this world can move. Only then shall the door open.
Okay, I'm guessing that's gonna be Zin. Okay, see, I'm happy that I went back and checked. God, we have found 3 sun doors already. Look at that. Oh, okay. I understand what they're asking for now. All right, fair enough. Then in that case, I will come back here and solve that. I just realized why I fucked that up now. I needed both of them. I needed both team members. God, it's so obvious in hindsight.
Well, we made it to the arena. This is where some enemies show up out of nowhere for us to fight, isn't it? Whoa!
Now look what you've done.
It's just a coincidence, I swear! Me and my big mouth. I feel like I've just been set up for something.
Who cares why they're here? We've got to fight them.
Here they come!
Hey! Actually, I just kind of want to see her win pose. Hooray! Got Prickly Seed 1. Ah, of course.
Ugh, more?
We'll defeat as many as we have to.
Upon the golden wings of Saturn. Pansies.
Hooray! Finally. Of course there's gonna be— oh!
Bah! How many of these fights are we gonna have to do?
Our next foe seems to be quite large, too. What in the hell?
Is that an armored horseman? Seems to be just like one of Estelle's crew. Seems to be just like the one Estelle's crew beat under Genis. Not to jinx us, but this is probably going to be the last one. So let's finish this.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. Let's see, any weaknesses? Just soul there, huh?
Told you I could handle this. Over here, Rocket! Hey! Come on, let's do it!
Oh my god.
Hey!
Let's end this.
Ready, ready.
No way!
My god, I have no idea how I'm supposed to beat this. Oh, come on. That's not fair.
I hold in my hand the chalice of the rights at his authority.
Gotcha.
Oh, pitiful souls, may you rest in peace.
Whew, that was a close one. I did not think I was gonna make it. Flaky potato and ooh, attack 3. What? Woo! It left behind a stone. Found sealing stone. Is this our prize for winning?
Only the best for the champions. Whoever set this up sure put a lot of effort into making it feel like a proper tournament. How dedicated of them. Well, congrats, gang. We found our 5th sealing stone. Let's head back and see who's inside. Understood.
It's hard to believe there's seriously someone inside that. It's hard to believe there's seriously someone in that thing, though.
Whew. I think I am going to check one thing before I do that, though. Alright, so... Alright. Actually, what am I doing? Let's do this the easy way. Well, the easier way, anyway. Oh, fuck you. Running away like that. Pathetic. Yep, that's east. My bad. Wrong way. There we go. There's west. Destoplasm. Want to hear her other win line?
Pansies.
Man, did they only give her one? That's kind of a disappointment. Ah, crud.
That was the sword of Phantasma.
How did it end up here? Maybe Kyle had to make an emergency landing or something?
Maybe. Well, what do you want to do? Do you want to have a look inside?
Yeah, I would.
Yep, and this was the other thing I was planning on doing.
Sorry for the wait.
You finish up looking everywhere you wanted to?
Yeah, I've seen all I need to see. The engines won't respond no matter what I do either.
Yeah.
All we can do for now is keep going. I'm sure the goddess will bless us if we do. I guess so. Right, let's get back to work. I'm gonna find them and make sure they never forget they owe me one.
That's the spirit.
Let's heal first. Unleash ceilings. Ooh, it's time for another gachapon! Yay! I'm only half joking. I hope this is an S rank. Well, it only makes sense that would open up the castle, that's for sure. Who do we got? Who do we got? Who do we got? Who do we got?
Oh? That looks like...
So even he ended up in here.
So one of the stars of the show makes his grand appearance. This is someone you know too?
No is an understatement. He's everyone's favorite black-haired prince.
Oh my god.
Ugh. Estelle, get down! What?
Joshua! Joshua!
Josette? Tina? Is this a dream? Or some kind of illusory tactic meant to disorient me? Trust you to get it right. Trust you to get right to the theorizing. Sorry, but this ain't no dream, or illusion for that matter. I'm surprised to find so many of you here. Mind telling me exactly what the situation we found ourselves in is? Guess that wasn't enough to convince you that this is all actually happening, huh? No, not at all. Consider me convinced. While the idea of this being an illusion seemed initially plausible, the existence of your companion over there made it quite unlikely.
Me?
Correct. Am I right in assuming that you're a member of the Gralsritter?
You can tell?
Well, you're with Kevin and use a Templar sword to fight. It's a safe enough assumption on my part. My name is Joshua, incidentally. Joshua Bright.
Reese Argent. I'm a squire. Since we're on the subject, I'm curious how you came to be familiar with us and our organization.
Well, wait a second, Joshua! Why does her being there prove this isn't an illusion? Is me being here not proof enough for you?
Oh, you know. Oh, you know, I don't think I've ever seen you with that visor on before, have I? Does that have to do with that delivery company you mentioned running a while back? It suits you.
Yeah, that's it. We're doing awesome for ourselves these days, too. But you didn't answer my question. Surely you can tell just by looking at me that I'm the real thing.
Generally, when you're in an illusion, the other people who appear in it are people you're familiar with. That reason being is they draw on and utilize knowledge the victim has within an order to create the world. Now, I've met the rest of you, but Reese is a complete stranger. And not any complete stranger, an unusual one, too. So she may not prove for certain this isn't an illusion, but she does make it seem rather unlikely.
I think I get what you're saying. Maybe. Basically, the reason I don't prove this isn't an illusion is because we're so close.
Well, you could put it that way, I guess.
Okay, that's fine by me. Anyway, it's so good to see you again, Joshua.
I'm glad to see you're looking well, too. You've grown a bit in this past half year, haven't you?
Aw, you noticed.
I'm surprised to see you caught up. I'm surprised to see you got caught up in all of this, though. It must have been a real surprise to find yourself here all of a sudden.
Yeah, it still doesn't feel completely real to me, even after all this time, to be honest. Oh, right. You don't know where Estelle could be, do you?
I wish I did. That said, I'm sure she was surrounded by the same white light that I was. I'd say the odds are fairly high that she's somewhere in the Phantasma like us.
Oh. Actually, where were you before you ended up here, anyway? Your last letter said that you were in Erebonia. Were you still there?
Oh no, not anymore. We're over in Crossbell at the moment. Or were, with the situation as it is now.
Ah, the Crossbell situation returns! Look, you just have to rearrange the words, you know. Crossbell, the situation. There you go.
Really? We were flying over there before I ended up here, too.
You were? Huh. I wonder if there's anything to that. It's relatively close to Liberal, so that may have had something to... It's relatively close to Liberal, so that may have something to do with it. I myself was in Erebonia, but I was in the town closest to the border with Liberal.
Oh, right.
I have a question for you, Father Graham. Supposing that we assume all of this was caused by an incredibly powerful artifact, do you think such a thing would be able to exert its influence as far as Crossbell or Palm?
I seriously doubt it. The only thing I can think of that was able to affect that wide an area was the Oriel's orbital shutdown phenomenon. That actually did reach the southern edge of Araponia.
I see. So it would need to be something as powerful as one of the Septarians, then. Although, speaking of which, is the Oriole itself still unaccounted for? You can't mean this is the work of the Oriole?
I don't think we should rule out the possibility, Tita. But even if we assume the Oriole is involved in some way, that wouldn't answer most of the questions we want answers to. Indeed, such as who our enemies are, or how Grancel ended up filled with fiends and magic barriers.
Or how we ended up facing actual embodiments of devils from church scripture, or the presence of the higher elements. Until we have a theory that can explain all those mysteries, we should probably refrain from jumping to conclusions. I would have to agree.
Still, that being the case, I'd like to propose we focus on working out what happened to Grancel first and foremost. My thoughts exactly. I know you're probably worried about Estelle right now, but would you be up for helping us? That was my intention from the beginning. I can't very well turn my back on friends in need, for one thing. Besides, I think I'll find her a lot faster by helping out rather than sitting in here worrying.
I hope we do. I'll be glad to have you with us at least.
That's what I wanted to hear. Cheers, man.
Well, as soon as we're ready, we should make our way back to the capital. I expect something will have changed there as a result of us releasing Joshua from his stone.
Right.
Okay, so this time we are going to... Alright, so...
Understood.
Okay. So we're just going to do something different from what... Now for something completely different. Okay. So, let's see... Let's open our first star door. You know?
Bring to me the guardian of the royal family, and the blade that serves the imperial house. Only then shall the door open.
Open the door. Yep, here we go. I should have known. I didn't realize. I thought they were talking about one person. So I feel kind of dumb. Star Chamber.
I shall grant you a memory fragment and my blessing.
Okay, let's see how short these Star Door ones are. Roughly 2 months after the crisis that struck Liberal came to an end.
That concludes my report on all that transpired here 2 months prior. I really cannot thank you enough for your above and beyond efforts, Captain. Bringing an end to the chaos and restoring hope to its people was no easy task. You should truly be proud of yourself. Your Majesty, please. I have done nothing to deserve such praise. I would beg to differ, and it's why I want to thank you on behalf of every one of Liberal's citizens. Not only did you ensure our safety, you went from place to place aiding in the restoration as well. Now you continue to be just as busy serving as the leader of the Royal Guard. You deserve all the thanks you get. I really am proud of you, Captain Schwartz. I am honored, Your Majesty. I believe I'll be able to formally present you with at least one medal for your achievements at a later date, too. General Morgan seems to think a promotion is almost assured as well. I'm looking forward to seeing what the future holds in store for you. But Your Majesty, I must object. The only reason this crisis was resolved at all was because of the efforts of countless people, all of whom gave their all for Liberal's sake. My contribution was but a minor part of a much, much greater whole. I don't feel it would be appropriate for me to be receiving medals or promotions. Captain, I agree that countless people contributed to achieving the peace that we now have. Everyone who fought, who tried to protect their loved ones, and who endured the suffering they faced contributed in some way. But I believe it's clear to everyone that without the Arcyle, the crisis would not have seen the conclusion that it did. And the one who commanded the Arcyle was you. Be that as it may, medals are one thing, but I couldn't possibly consider accepting a promotion. I feel as though I've barely spent all that much time in my current position, so assuming one with even greater responsibility would be, There's no need to be so modest. In my opinion, you've accomplished much more in your current position than you seem to believe you have. Actually, Captain, I'd like to propose that you take the rest of today off. How would you feel about that? May I ask why, Your Majesty? I'm not sure I quite understand. As I mentioned, I want to show my thanks to you for all you did, and I believe there to be better ways to do that than formal meetings like these. You certainly deserve some rest, too, given how exhausting going back and forth between military HQ and the castle practically every day must be. I've even been receiving requests from members of the Royal Guard saying that they would like for you to take a break as well. I'm terribly sorry that you had to listen to such complaints, Your Majesty. It was certainly not my intent that you should be troubled so... So who was it? Lux? Leon? You could easily be both knowing them. I'm used to them telling me as much every time they see me, but I cannot believe they chose to bother Her Majesty with the issue. As such, I would like for you to take the remainder of the day and use it to relax. That way you can return to your duties tomorrow feeling refreshed and ready to work for the good of this nation anew. Very well. If that is your wish, Your Majesty. I, Captain Julia Schwartz of the Royal Guard, accept your proposal and shall take leave of my duties for the remainder of the day. A promotion? Ordinarily, receiving one would be a cause for celebration, but for me...
Good morning, Captain! Good morning, Captain! I hear you've been given the rest of the day off.
That's right, yes. I'm amazed you already know that when I was just told myself.
It's not all that amazing, really. Leon was trying to make sure everyone knew over the communications network from Lyston. I hear Echo appealed directly to Her Majesty, even.
Directly? I can't believe it. He did look like he had something he wanted to say to me the last time I saw him. What is it with them?
I still wish we could have helped with repairing the Arsile, too, though. I hear the repairs are running a little behind schedule, too. I wonder how things are going over there.
You needn't worry about the Arsile's repairs. The only reason those three are still there at Lyston Fortress is that they wouldn't take no for an answer and insisted on staying. The repairs are currently being carried under Gustav, the maintenance chief from ZCF. They'll be completed properly. Incidentally, do you know if Her Majesty left already?
Yes, in fact. Claudia left not that long ago if you're looking for her. I knew it! I knew it had to be him. She's gone to inspect the royal villa. Were you not aware of this?
Your Grace, I was not. I would very much have liked to accompany her over there, if I am truthful.
I suppose that comes as no surprise. You always have been one to put yourself forward to escort her at every opportunity. I can't say I understand why. Simple escort jobs are well below your current rank.
I suppose so.
Still, I'm sure she's well. She has a number of trustworthy guardsmen with her. Try not to fret over her too much.
Of course, you're right. Thank you, Your Grace.
And with that, we're leaving, Philip. There is work to be done. Just a moment, Your Grace. Please try not to be too downhearted. What are you doing, Philip? I said there's work to be done. My apologies. I love how he ended up being the previous captain of the guard.
It looks as though I missed Her Highness yet again. Still, we're both so busy with our duties that it's no wonder it keeps happening.
It's incredible how much Duke Danon's changed. Tell me about it. Apparently he's often seen in the administrative room working genuinely hard lately. He was the one who proposed paying compensation out a while back, too. I always thought of him as a good-for-nothing slob, but maybe there's more to him than that. He's finally showing that he shares Her Majesty's blood after all.
You're on duty. You're on duty. Enough idle chatter.
My apologies, Captain. My apologies, Captain.
As you are seemingly aware, I will be absent from the castle for the remainder of the day. I expect the two of you to take care of things here in my absence.
Yes, ma'am. Take care, ma'am.
Being granted a day off is all well and good in theory, but I haven't had one in so long. I haven't the faintest idea what to do with it. Should I go shopping? Perhaps do maintenance work on my equipment? Or would I be best just returning to my room and reading a book? No, I need to do more than simply rest with my time. I need to use it productively. I know. Wouldn't it be nice to take a light stroll along the scenic route? I haven't done that in ages. It would be an excellent use of my time, even. Is it really true that Julia has returned to Grancel? Where is she? Where is she?
Please don't push. Everyone, please calm down. Let's. I like that.
What exactly is going on here?
Captain? Oh no, why did you have to come now? It's dangerous here. Please retreat back inside the castle at once.
It's Julia! What? It really is!
Shrill scream.
What the devil is this? Julia! What?
Oh god.
Wait, Julia! Don't go!
Go! Ah! Oh god, he got knocked into the fucking... She just... Captain Schwartz! We've locked the castle gates for the time being. You aren't hurt, are you?
No, I'm fine. What just happened?
Well, they appear to be some rather ardent fans of yours, Captain. You know, we did have a rather large number of fan letters arrive at the castle this morning. I wonder if that could be related to all of this.
The fan letters?
Apparently some magazine company put together a special feature on you yesterday. It was full of information on what you were up to on that flying city. Oh, that reminds me. A few people who claimed to be from the Liberal News came here while you were away. They said they were putting together a feature to capitalize on your popularity, so they wanted to gather material for it. Oh, God.
I think I've heard enough. I can probably fill in the rest myself. Why am I getting this kind of attention? Fan letters? Magazine articles? Why am I being treated like someone special? I'm not. Not at all. First Her Majesty praising me more than I deserve, and now this. All I really wanted to do was to protect Her Highness. That's all. Well, that's what I want to do now too. But the opportunity to actually go with her and escort her rarely seems to present itself anymore. Must I be forced to accept that this is how things will be going forward? Thank you for your time today, Archbishop.
I will conduct Mass again tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Could I ask you to pass that on to Her Majesty?
It would be my pleasure. Oh, if it isn't Julia! I wasn't expecting to find you here. Is something the matter? Oh, not at all. And good day to you, Archbishop.
It's good to see you again, Julia. I haven't seen you for some time. You had me a little concerned.
I'm terribly sorry for worrying you. I'd also like to apologize for not attending masses of late.
Oh, it's no trouble. I'm well aware of how busy you are. All I'll ask of you in the busy times you face in this, no matter how busy you may become, you must never lose sight of yourself. What matters to you most is always close at hand.
Thank you, Archbishop. I'll take what you have said to heart.
Excellent. Now, if you'll excuse me, I should really be on my way. Good day, Archbishop!
Actually, there is one way I may be able to get out of here. Archbishop Current, please wait!
Oh, I know. She's gonna go back into her disguise from FC. Everyone, please move a little farther from the castle gates. Please, just a little more. If everyone could please remain calm.
Hey, it's Julia! She's coming out! She's coming out!
Ah, yep, exactly.
Aw, it's just the Archbishop and his sister.
Come now, everyone, move aside and let us pass. Sister Ellen. I like how they literally just kept her fake name going, too.
Whew.
It looks like your plan ended up working, Julia.
Fortunately, yes. I'm sorry for causing you trouble yet again.
Not to worry. You have my sympathies, even. Those seem to be some fervent admirers back there.
Major Vander? What is he doing here? I thought he had already left Liberal.
This is quite a surprise. I wasn't aware you were also a sister of the church, Captain Schwartz.
You can tell? Well...
I should be back in Erebonia, but I still have a little cleaning up after that fool to do. So I ended up having to come back here again in the end. I would have liked to take the time to go and greet you, but the chance ultimately never presented itself. Nevertheless, I'm pleased we were able to meet again, Captain. Or is it Sister Julia now?
Major?
It appears to me that there's little point in trying to disguise your identity from this man. Perhaps you needn't bother? Regardless, I have preparations to make for this afternoon's mass, so I should excuse myself. Good day to you both.
Archbishop?
So that was the famous Archbishop Current, was it? I like how he's still on screen. Perhaps I should have taken that chance to introduce myself properly to him.
Major? I should probably explain how I ended up in this situation. You see, I wish I could have stayed a little... I wish I could have stayed a while longer, but I've really got to get going. Wish I could have gotten a close look at Julia, though. I thought this was finally going to be my chance. Aw, she's so dreamy.
He's like...
They're starting to make their way back. If they find me here, I'm doomed.
Should you like, Captain, I would be happy to help you disguise yourself.
Pardon?
I can't pretend to be familiar with your situation, but I can see you aren't comfortable with being discovered here. In these situations, your instinct may be to hide, but I believe the best thing to do is the exact opposite. If it works for you, I'd be happy to accompany you somewhere a little safer.
Oh, my. Thank you. Julia? But please do, right away.
My pleasure.
Never mind. I suppose it was just my imagination. It must have been.
Well, this area seems to be empty. Will this be far enough, do you think?
It should be. Whew. I can't apologize enough for this, Major.
Oh, think nothing of it. I'm used to having to run around without being discovered, usually because Olivier's caused some kind of predicament.
I can see that. I'm still ashamed of what happened, though. I let a simple commotion like that ruin my plans to go outside the city for my day off. I wasn't able to calm the situation at all. I wouldn't even have been able to leave the castle without resorting to a disguise.
I'm not sure you have any reason to be blaming yourself here, Captain.
I'm afraid I must disagree. As a member of the Royal Guard, I am utterly useless, and this isn't the first time that I've felt that way. During the coup d'etat, I was powerless. I should have been able to protect Her Highness, yet she ended up being captured and placed in danger. The same was true when Granso was attacked by Ouroboros, too. Not only could I not protect Her Majesty from being endangered by them, I wasn't even able to be anywhere near her.
I, of all people, should have been right by her side in her hour of need. How dare I learn of what happened only after the fact? I'm not fit to even serve them. I'm not fit to even serve them.
Well, I can certainly understand your frustrations. They were both safe, were they not? Surely that is what counts above all. Much as we wish to be, no human is omnipotent. Neither of us are any exception to that.
I understand that, or at least I want to believe that I do. But to make matters worse, I now find out there are magazine articles about me, making me out to be some kind of great hero. There's even talk of me being promoted. I don't even feel like I've done my job in a way that's worthy of praise, never mind anything to deserve being given a higher position. No, none of that is what bothers me the most. No, none of that is what bothers me most. If people want to give me greater praise than I deserve, let them. And receiving a promotion isn't in itself a cause to be unhappy, more the opposite. On paper, at least. But in reality, it will result in me becoming busier because of my new duties, which will result in me ending up even further away from Her Highness than I am now.
Huh.
I'm a little envious of you, to tell the truth, Major. You've always been able to go and escort Prince Oliver like it's the most natural thing in the world. Maybe you weren't always by his side, but you were when he needed you the most. You did more than escort him, too. You were able to help and aid him in ways beyond the call of duty. By comparison, I can't seem to be able to help Her Highness at all. I can't even lend her an ear when she's plagued with worry. When she was agonizing over whether to assume her position as Crown Princess, I couldn't do a single thing for her.
I feel somewhat reluctant to give my opinion here, as I can hardly pretend to be well versed in your situation. But from where I stand, your position seems to be the more fortunate one.
How so? What exactly do you mean, Major?
I didn't mean to offend you, so I apologize if I did. But protecting that fool is a task that was thrust upon me the moment I was born. Between us, I find myself envious of your natural loyalty to the ones you serve.
The moment you were born? Oh, right. You're a Vander.
And we're a military family who traditionally serves the Imperial family, yes. My luck for anything less than a hectic life ran out the second I was given it, I fear.
That's certainly a great responsibility to be destined to fulfill. Especially when you're chosen to protect Prince Oliver, of all people.
Quite so! Still, my point stands. I do believe that it's a happy, fortunate thing to be able to serve and devote yourself to those you genuinely care for. I may hardly be an expert on the subject, seeing as Her Highness is much less of a handful, but am I wrong?
No, I see your point. Perhaps I should see being able to sit and worry about something like this as a luxury. Although whether someone who isn't able to defend Her Highness can really be called a member of the Royal Guard is another issue entirely.
Captain, if you'd like, I would be happy to teach you a good way to clear your head.
To clear my head, you say?
Indeed. Still, I would like you to keep this off the record.
Oh, is he gonna kiss her? Nah, he's not. Oh, shit.
This will be a one-round duel. Both arts and items may be used.
So this is what you had in mind. I can't say I feel especially confident about my chances of defeating a warrior of the famed Vander family, but I'll certainly try.
Ha! There's no need to be so modest. Well, Captain, let us begin!
My soul and sword are in one. Witness!
Ooh.
For the sake of my master.
I don't think I'm gonna win this. Oof. Oh, that was a mistake. Oh boy. And that's a loss. Yep.
This is bad.
I knew you would be formidable, but not quite like this.
Captain, may I ask something? What did you lose by being defeated?
I'm not sure I understand.
The easiest way to determine the true worth of something is to imagine how things would be if you were to lose it. When you do that, you start to see things for how they really are beyond simple logic. Imagine you were to vanish from the world, and yet you still possess the ability to think. Would there be anything left lingering on your mind? Anything that worried you? Something that you wished you could do? If so, that is what you should do most.
Those are excellent questions, Major. Your Highness, I think I finally know what to do. I cannot thank you enough. Thanks to you, I can finally see the path I ought to take. I'll be sure to take all you've taught me today to heart.
Just don't assume I thought any of... Just don't assume I thought of any of what I've said or done today myself. I often would cross swords with my uncle to clear away frustrations from having to deal with my own insufferable charge. Well, it's probably about time I thought about returning to Erebonia. As much as I hate to admit it, I'm feeling a hint of concern for his well-being.
Only a hint? Please give my regards to the prince when you see him then.
I shall, and give mine to Princess Claudia as well.
It was at that moment that I made a decision in my heart. I would do all I could to support Her Highness, this nature's future... nature's, what am I saying? I would do all I could to support Her Highness, this nature... I did it again! I would do all I could to support Her Highness, this nation's future queen. But to that end, I also resolved to accept whatever promotions I received. No doubt the further I moved up the ranks, the more my chances to actually meet with her would decrease. But even if we can't meet in person, even if I have to do it from afar, I want to be able to support her. Perhaps this decision is a selfish one, but I do hope you can forgive me for making it, Your Highness. I feel somewhat reluctant to disturb Her Majesty while she's busy working, but...
Is that you, Julia? Scree! Your Highness? Zeeg? How come you're back here already? Oh, did you think I was still over at the villa? I expected to be too, but there weren't many people there today, so I was able to leave earlier than expected. Ah, I see. I'm just as surprised to see you here, actually. I thought you'd been given a day off today. Oh, you knew? Indeed, I had. I ended up running into a friend I don't have many opportunities to spend time with. The time we spent together simply flew by. I owe my deepest thanks to Her Majesty for giving me the opportunity. I'm very happy to hear that. Julia? I realize this may feel a little out of nowhere, but I wanted to thank you for always supporting me. Goodness, that is out of nowhere. But it's something I should have done ages ago. I can't believe it's taking me this long to state the obvious. Everything my parents would otherwise have taught me, you ended up doing in their place. How to fight, how to act, how to think. It's like I'm only now starting to realize just how much of what makes me myself are things I learned from you. I feel like I've grown up always seeing you as a role model. I remember grandmother laughing at me at one point about how similar I am to you, too. Even in the little things, like how I walk and move, she says I'm just like you. Julia? Is something the matter? No. All this time, I really have been right by your side. I spent all this time worrying because I couldn't see her by mine. But as far as she was concerned, I was always there. I truly am beyond help.
Oh, are they gonna hug?
Chloe, may I say something? I don't believe I'll be able to wait upon you as I always have any longer. But even now, I wish to do all I can to protect and support you. I wish to continue being your retainer, your friend, and your sister as well. So, please try not to overexert yourself during my absence. And even if I'm not able to be near you all the time, I still want you to know that you can always call upon me if you need me. Yeah, of course I will. Although I can't promise I won't find myself unintentionally taking advantage of your kindness when I do. I'm always happy to have you to depend on. And I'll always be glad you feel that way.
Oh, hey, it's Zig. Aw, they're sharing a meal and tea. That's cute. That afternoon, they were able to enjoy a few relaxing cups of tea together. Despite her initial resistance, Julia's day off proved to be much more enjoyable than she had expected, and it seemed inevitable that the fragrance of the tea that she drank that day would remain in her memories forever. Aww. That was cute. Side story. Julia's day off finished. Receive Septium Vein. Receive 3,000 Mira. Okay, well, we can use that as a warp point, so let's go back to the Hermit's Garden. We'll make a new team. We'll make a new squadron. Actually, let's see if any new books have popped up, come to think of it. I'm kind of curious about that, actually. Okay, there's Carnelia again. Nope, nothing new. Alright, let's change out party members then. It looks like there should be some kind of a button for me to do that. Mueller. Seriously, I'm trying to figure this out, but there has to be, like, some way to do this. Okay, let's just try the old... Okay, so I guess I just have to use the mouse then. Well, that's stupid, but so be it. Okay, I want
You ready?
Joshua and Josette, I guess. Okay, let's go back to the star door because that'll take me right where I need to go. Seriously, warping is the coolest shit ever. I love it so much. I love being able to warp like this. It is truly incredible, and I love it. And I will probably miss it in Zero and the rest of the games.
Gulp. Someone really knows how to give people a scare.
This seems to be quite an old castle, so it's certainly fitting for something like this. I'd personally dock points for overdoing the theatrics, however.
What should we do? Should we head in right away? We could, but only after we go and grab Julia. She's the one who's most concerned about the people in the castle, and she'll know its layout better than any of us, too. Oh, that's true.
Let's return to the garden for now, then. Oh, I thought they were just gonna let me use whoever the hell I wanted. Okay, fine, I guess not. I like how this is just like this evil version of the castle thing playing in the background. Alright, so...
Take it.
Alright, okay, there's the third little thing there. So I guess Grandsell Castle is going to be the main dungeon area.
Well, looks like this place is empty.
We're not alone, though.
Be careful, they're gathering.
What?
Here comes the welcoming party.
Oh, goddess, grant peace to these poor lost souls. Hey. Oh, I don't like that one bit. Oh, I also don't like that one bit. That's okay, though. Whoa, whole bunch of leveling up there. Slow down, pal. This wasn't what I wanted to find. Where's everyone gone?
I don't know, but we should start looking right away. Even if no one's here, we might be able to find some kind of clue as to where they are now.
I can only hope so. In particular, we should focus our search on the throne room, royal guard room, royal keep, and the sealed area. Those seem the most likely areas to house clues. Thank you. Okay, let's see what we got at the shop. Seriously, I love this like dark refrain of of the castle music. It makes me happy. Yep, back to normal music.
Pitiful souls, may you rest in peace.
Found Tiara Bomb. Have you had a good meal in you? Got your weapons polished? Taken a bath? No? No, you haven't taken a bath. He's right, I took a shower. Oh. And good
Justice
riddance.
must always prevail.
Repellent dish. In an infinite number of parallel universes, I have more treasure to give to you. Not in this one, though. The treasury doors are locked. Found queenly cookie. Found a scrap of paper with a recipe written on it. Learn the recipe for queenly cookie. This is a nice chest. This is also a haiku. Chest, 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 chest. Okay, that's a good one. Found fluffy crepe. I shall await your answer at midnight. From my heart to yours, Jubilee. Found Shield 2. What were you hoping to find? One of the Septarians? Oh yeah, I read that already. Seriously, recontextualizing like the town areas as dungeons. This is brilliant, and like I like this way too much. I feel like I'm giggling like a little schoolgirl about this. Found Tiara Ball. How many chests could a chest checker check if a chest checker could check chests? And good riddance. And double good riddance.
I've worked up an appetite.
I think I'll stick with Tita for the time being. This is my support.
Pansies.
Now, seriously, did they only record one line for her? That's seriously disappointing to me. Ah, crud.
Justice must always prevail.
Surprised she was able to attack despite being blind. Found Zerum powder. There's a crab in there. You stole its home, you monster. Ah, crap.
Alright, what's next?
Man, good riddance. Hooray! Someone leveled up.
Alright, what's next?
Hooray! Not as hooray.
Not bad.
Hooray! And good riddance.
Not bad.
Found Pearl Earring. 336. At best, most choose to describe its features in simple terms. A dark cherry red wood framed with a steel that was painstakingly etched end to end with flora.
Justice must always prevail.
Yeah, I really think they only did record one line for her. That's kind of a disappointment, actually. Glam Choker Plus. Before it fell into such a state, its owner was known far and wide even before the Orbital Revolution. He was a carpenter of unparalleled skill, and he was frequently commissioned to bring life to all manner of things. Oh, I see. So you don't want guard because guard means that your attack does no damage. Okay, that kind of makes sense. Oh, dang it. Oh my god, are you serious? Disappointed in myself. I lost a perfectly good amount of craft points there. Ah, guard.
Not bad.
Eek! Stay away! Stay away! That was a human's voice, wasn't it?
So there's someone still safe here?
We should hurry and find them right away. Oh, hey. Another starter. Bring to me the boy with eyes of amber and the princess with an indomitable will. Only then shall the door open. Okay, so they're talking about Chloe and Joshua. Can do. And good riddance. Hooray! Someone else leveled up. Alright, let's see. It's Gilbert! Yes! He did it! What did I do to deserve this? Stay back! Don't come any closer! Please! What is this curious spectacle?
Crap, I'd forgotten all about him.
So would I. I suppose it's no surprise he ended up here, however.
Sucks to admit, but you're right. And it sucks even more because I've got a whole lot of questions I want to ask him. And the only way I'm getting him is to bail him out. Get away from him!
If you're unable to leave behind your attachment to this world, allow us to help you. What are you wonderful, angelic, model human beings doing here?
Save the sweet talking for later. First, we need to take these things out.
Just stay there and don't get in our way. You think they'd be... Yeah, okay, I guess they are weak to water. Guess you'd also think they'd be weak to wind, but whatever. kind of want to see something, actually. Oh, that sucks. He still gets self-destruct even if he dies from poison. Okay, good to know. I'm glad I found that out that way. Please tell me I'm alive. Thank you so much. You saved.
Now it's time for you to answer some questions for us. Is there anything you'd like to ask him, Captain? As it so happens, yes. How exactly did you come to be here? Gilbert, I believe? Do you know anything regarding how the capital came to be this way?
No, I don't. I just woke up and found myself in the port here. I don't know why or how. I went into town, but there was no one there. Just a bunch of weird armored knights. I started running away from them, and next thing I knew, I found myself in this castle.
Huh. So you were sent to a different place than us, huh? Too bad the city had already gone weird by the time you woke up. I was kind of banking on you witnessing whatever happened here.
Well, boo-hoo for you.
Hey, so while we're asking questions, I just remembered how that one Ouroboros airship tried to knock us out of the sky a while back. You weren't a part of that. You weren't a part of all that personally, right?
How did you? I mean, of course not. Why would you ever think that?
He couldn't be more suspicious if he tried. What should we do with him, Kevin? Disarm him and tie him up?
It's fine. He's not worth the trouble. He doesn't seem to know anything worthwhile, and he'd just get in our way, to be honest.
I suppose that's true. Well, that's all the business we have with you. Kindly remove yourself from our sight.
Think you can make me out to be some kind of useless fop, do you? Well, you'll regret this. When I find a way out of this place, you're gonna be begging me to share it with you. But I won't! You can wander here lost for all eternity for all I care. Oh, God. He's a good runner. I like how I didn't even fast forward that. That's just how it looks in game.
Are you sure he's gonna be okay on his own? The fiends in these spots are pretty strong, and he's about as tough as an old sponge.
Nah, I'm sure he'll be fine. He is technically a member of Ouroboros. I'm sure he can look after himself.
I believe we've wasted enough of our time on him. We should resume exploring the castle.
Found Hierobalm. What are you still doing here? You're a priest, for Idio's sake! Surprise attack, huh? Man, good riddance.
May you rest in peace.
Found Haze. You've really opened me up to new possibilities. Okay, that's a good... I love some of these puns, honestly. They're pretty good. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I have a feeling that something bad's gonna be on the other side of that, so let's save. Yep, a cutscene. A cutscene most foul. What?
What the?
Thank you for coming this far. I entrust this to you. Please, my...
Who or what was that?
A ghost? Perhaps not. There was something familiar about it. It surprised me when I first saw it, sure. But it's weird. It didn't seem all that scary for a ghost.
Obtain treasury key. So yeah, I guess time to do a little musing, I guess. God, I'm sorry that I'm so distracted. Okay, so treasury key, so let's see. The doors were unlocked. Oh man, if they bring back the whole... Oh yeah! Here we go! That whole dungeon again!
Is this some form of elevator? Yes, it connects the castle and a ruin 500 Arge below it, but this doesn't make any sense.
You're telling me what's going on here?
What's bothering you?
Well, when I first came to Library, Julia led me through this room and into the area below. But this isn't how this room was. It was way tidier.
Indeed. To my knowledge, the room was put in order and then locked, and I was under the impression it was to remain that way. It's almost as if it's returned to the same way it was back during the coup d'etat. That's the last I remember it being in this state. Are you trying to suggest that we may have gone back in time? I find it impossible to believe that may have been the case, but how else could I explain this? Of course, I could be mistaken, and yet...
Huh. Well, if we're going to follow what that ghost seems to want us to do, then we'll keep it up and hope for more answers along the way. Time to climb on board and see what's waiting for us.
Right.
Activate the elevator? Yes. Oh my god, if I have to do the whole final dungeon from the first game, I don't know how I'm gonna feel about that. Because on the one hand, that's kind of cool, but on the other hand, oh god, no. So yeah, a little past midnight musing, I guess. Oh, nope, cutscene again. I'll muse after this.
Oh my. Whoa! This place is crazy! I doubt we'll be able to make our way through here without a significant amount of preparation. Might I suggest we return to base for now?
I think we should go a little farther inside and see what state the ruin itself is in first. Kinda hard to know what to prepare for if we don't know what fiends we're gonna be up against.
True enough. Let's advance a little farther before returning to the garden then.
Okay, that seems to imply that we're going to find another checkpoint soon, I guess. Okay, so that's a dead end. Okay, so little past midnight musing then. Yep, okay. Nope, I guess not.
This can't be right.
Impossible. Is something wrong?
Something's wrong, all right. Unless my memory's mistaken, the inner layout of this place is completely different.
It is, without a doubt. This area should have been this area should be a corridor that leads to the first three-way junction. How is this even possible? I don't think there's any chance you're mistaken.
Now it all makes sense.
Well, come on, don't keep us all in suspense. Have you worked something out?
Maybe, but let's head down on the elevator first. I'm almost sure the answer is going to be waiting for us somewhere ahead.
All right. Let's be sure we're ready for anything.
Sealed area, bottom level. Ah, okay, so it's truncated. Fair enough.
This just isn't possible. How are we on the lowest floor of the ruin already? Could the space we're in be distorted?
Nah, that alone wouldn't explain how the entire layout of the place has changed. Let's just keep up the pace. I've got a feeling there's gonna be something or someone waiting for us not far ahead.
All right. Well, if you say so, but we'd better be sure that we're ready.
Keep on thinking I'm gonna find another chest somewhere, but I'm up. Yep, there it is. That's what I was waiting for. Let's see, we got any more goods? Nothing really that helpful, actually, unfortunately. Synthesize quartz. Defense 2, I already got those. Petrify, mute, mind, freeze, attack, sleep, impede. Ooh, action 2. Action 2 might actually be helpful, come to think of it. Cast 2 would definitely be helpful. Range 1, range 2. EP cut 2. All right, let's change out some orbments then. Okay, we'll give him cast 2. And I guess EP2 maybe? Still not quite giving me what I'm looking for here. Okay, EP cut 2 goes to her, obviously. Although, I guess that's fair. Range 1. Range 2, maybe? Wait, do you have a range? You don't have a range. Okay, well, we'll give range 2 to you, then. Actually, let's make another attack too, just to be safe. Okay, poison, defense 2, EP cut 2, hit 1. Okay, we'll give you... Oh, well, let's make another HP 2 then in that case.
Kevin?
Yeah, it's that smell again.
The same one that you smelled before that coffin-like devil appeared? Well, that doesn't sound good.
So, you have noticed the smell, did you? The dogs of the church have good noses, if nothing else. Who's there? Huh?
Who are you?
I was wondering when you'd finally show your face. You're the lord that knight spoke of, aren't you? I suppose I am. I do, after all, rule this land of Phantasma. Such a name is only fitting. You may call me the Lord of Phantasma if you so wish.
The Lord of Phantasma?
Indeed. That's not a name ever mentioned in your beloved testaments, is it, Rhys Argent?
So you know who I am, too.
Someone's brushed up on their homework.
That's enough time spent on trivial greetings. Listen to me, Lord of Phantasma, or whatever your name is. If all we've seen here is your doing, then return Gransel to the way it used to be at once. Should you refuse to comply, I shall cut you down here myself.
My, your request is so meaningless I scarcely know how to respond. There's no harm in devotion, but done in excess, it can only serve to cloud your eyes to the truth. Well, do you understand now, Julia Schwartz?
What?
I see my suspicions were right after all. The Grand Cell we've been fighting our way through isn't even the real thing, is it? It's just an imitation of it. A replica of the city created here in Phantasma.
That can't be. Could that really be true? Wait, does that mean the Bobcat at the port is a fake too?
I'm afraid that's a question I have no intention of answering at the present time. Perhaps that is the real ship after all, or is the real one hidden elsewhere? Only time will tell, and only time will tell where your dear brothers are too. What do you think, Josette Kapua?
So all this time, Her Majesty and Princess Claudia were safe. Oh, Idios, thank you for your unwavering mercy.
Oh, your relief strikes me as coming more than a little prematurely. Whoever said that those you care about are safe? It wasn't me.
Pardon? No! Does that contain...
Haha! Think of this as the final reward placed for you to earn on this second plane. Of course, rewards aren't given for free. If you wish to earn it, you will have to overcome a trial first.
Oh no. Oh wait. You're new, aren't you? Are you new?
Huh?
Okay, that's actually a pretty dope boss design. I could honestly have seen something like this being used in Ease.
What is that thing? This is another of the 77 devils mentioned in the Testaments. One of the two gatekeepers of Gehenna and leader of a vast army of minions. Rostrum the Savage.
Gah! Are you insane? How do you think you can handle something that powerful after bringing it to life? I need not worry, for I have you to defeat it for me. Enjoy!
Let's see. Alright, so do you have any weaknesses? Okay, you're weak to the expensive one. Got it. Oh, you're also weak to a far less expensive one.
I hold in my hand the chalice of the rights that is our
Let's see. I remember that you could see Don on it originally, but yeah, no, I guess they took him out of it. Makes sense. But it is kind of a bummer, though. Okay. And pulverizing blue. Aye. Okay, I don't like that one bit.
Come on, let's do it.
Let's see, anchor, flail, fawn.
Take that.
Ooh, attack 3. I must survive this. Oh, defense down, huh? Alright, cool. Oh, okay, that's not good. Oh god. Okay, she's gone.
Hey. Upon the golden wings of Saturn.
Oh, come on.
Hey.
I hold in my hand the chalice of the lights that is our shield.
And gotcha. Well, that was easy enough, surprisingly.
Gah! That thing was crazy!
I can't believe we were able to defeat it. But now,
That was truly a delightful spectacle. Well, take your reward. You've earned it.
Oh,
Receive Sealing Stone.
thank goodness. Captain!
Surprised you make good on your promises. Now, you ready to cut down to the chase? What do you want from us? What the hell is the point of all of this? Poor Kevin Graham. Poor pitiful Kevin. Please try not to let me down any more than you already have. I am a phantasm, a shadow. Much as a shadow only exists when there is something to cast it, I too only exist because of something within your number. Do you grasp my meaning? What?
Kevin?
How could I? You're just spouting nonsense. If you think being all cryptic is gonna confuse us and lead us astray, you're very much mistaken, buddy. True enough, spouting cryptic nonsense is simply what I do. That is what you believe, is it? Then it must be true. Screw you. Perhaps I ought to go by a different name after all. How do you think Lord of Nonsense sounds? More fitting, perhaps? I said screw you!
Oh. Oh, wow. Wow, I was not expecting that.
What? Kevin? What's wrong with you?
Nothing. Don't worry. That's literally just a shadow.
It is? Oh. So that was a body double. Or an empty shell is more appropriate in this case. We barely took our eyes off them!
I commend you for noticing. Still, your role on this plane is now over. Add the wings of white to your number and journey on deeper into the abyss you stand inside. I shall be awaiting our next encounter. Please, they take their overblown theatrics way too seriously. Our resident evildoer is going to have to work on their act if they want to sound like anything more than a walking cliche.
Our resident evildoer. That is brilliant.
Anyway, we're done here, and we've got ourselves another stealing stone to open up. So let's mosey on back to the base. I think we all know who's inside at this point.
I think it's obvious even to me this time. Thank you. I appreciate it.
So is it just going to be like a... Oh, okay, all right. The Otherworldly Chapter 2, The Otherworldly Capital. End. Save. Yeah, okay, we'll save. And next chapter. Yeah, let's start up the next chapter. Why not?
I'm so sorry, Kevin. I failed as your mother. But I'm so tired. I'm so tired. At least this way. At least this way. The two of us can...
That dream again? Ugh, how long is it going to take before it goes away? It had to happen on Rufina's big day, too. I was hoping I'd be able to stop worrying her when I got older, but at this rate...
I'm sure she's plenty used to you worrying her already.
Huh? Oh, it's you, Reese. Don't scare me like that. How long have you been in here?
For a while. We're supposed to be cleaning the chapel today, but you weren't getting up, so I came to check on you. You seem to be having a nightmare, though, so I thought I'd wake you.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Reese. I was being a pain for you again, wasn't I?
No more than usual. You've been a loser since the day I met you. I don't expect that to change anytime soon.
Ouch! Kick a guy while he's down, why don't you? Well, whatever. We don't want to be late for breakfast on Rufina's big day, so let's go and get this done.
All right.
Rufina?
Oh. Good morning, you two. I wasn't expecting to see you here this early. Are you on cleaning duty today? Yes, but...
What are you doing up so early? You've got a long journey ahead of you. You need plenty of sleep or you're gonna be exhausted before you even get there. I mean, isn't Arterial ages away from here?
Well, yes. But I won't be able to offer my prayers to Idios here again for quite some time. So I decided to get up early and pray for all the days I'm going to be missing, too.
Seriously? That's why?
That's very you. Are you really going to be that busy, though? I thought you might be able to come home from time to time at least. I wish I could say otherwise, but I probably will. I've only just become a squire, so there'll be plenty of work in store for me. I'll be lucky to find time to sleep, never mind come here. Never mind come home. I might be able to squeeze some time into my schedule once I've gotten the hang of the workload, but until then... Okay.
And that's why you've got to sleep now while you still can. Come on, you've done enough praying for one day, so go back to bed until breakfast or something.
You're so cold to me.
What? How?
I thought you'd want to make the most of the time you've got left with me, but it's like you don't even want me here. Did I do a bad job at raising you?
I never said I didn't want you here. You might have done a lot for me, but raising me is a stretch.
It's okay, he's just embarrassed. He's actually more than happy to talk to you. He's just terrible at showing it.
Oh, get over yourself.
Is that so now? I should have known. You're such a typical boy, Kevin. They all act indifferent to avoid letting their loved ones know just how much they care. And don't forget, he's at that rebellious age too.
How have I managed to survive being twisted around your fingers for so long? Is trying to toy with the hearts of innocent young boys a family thing or what?
Oh, I'd hardly say young. It's been about 5 years by now, you know. Ah, speaking of which, I think I'm starting to get a craving for some chocolate. Maybe I should pick some up on the way to the station. Quincy Bell, of course, for obvious reasons. Oh, their new mint chocolate's my current favorite. The fresh aftertaste... The fresh aftertaste mixes in with the chocolate's flavor really well. I'll admit that does sound tempting, but I think I'm more in the mood for the classic milk this time. That flavor will always be a fun little trip down memory lane for me.
Because of how we met?
Kevin, you're disgusting.
Why?
I think we all get that warm and fuzzy feeling when we look back on it. After all, the day you came to live with us, Kevin, was the start of many, many new and wonderful memories. I treasure every single one I've made during these 5 years. They're all priceless to me.
Then why did you decide to become a squire and leave us? It just doesn't seem like the right job for you. Even if you wanted to be in the church, couldn't you have become a sister at the chapel in town or something?
I'm sorry, Kevin. Apparently I've just got the aptitude for it, or so I've been told. I feel like the best thing I can do is make use of that and try to help people in the best way I can. Of course, there's always the chance I won't be cut out for it at all, and we'll have to come home anyway.
There's no way a girl as naive as you is going to be any good with the kind of crazy tough stuff you'd have to do. You'd better come straight back home once you've had enough.
Really? Well, if it does come to that, I'll be expecting a nice warm welcome from the two of you. And with that, I believe this conversation has done a lovely job with helping you procrastinate cleaning for long enough. Should I lend a hand? If you're going to do the job, we might as well do it perfectly and have the whole chapel sparkling.
I like these little, like, flashbacks. They make me like having a little more. Chapter 3, Golden Road, Silver Road. I like that title. I believe that's a song title, too. Seriously, why does it sound like the PlayStation 2 startup sound? It's gotcha time! I hope this is an S rank. I hope it's an S rank.
2 lights?
Huh, I wonder if the other one could be.
Actually, yeah, I am kind of surprised. I am kind of... Oh, it's a double pull.
Scree? What just happened? Julia? Did you not leave for a training exercise on board the Arsile? I'm so relieved to see you safe, Your Highness. I see Sieg is with you, too. Scree? He is, but, I'm not quite sure what's going on. What?
Long time no see.
Hi, Chloe. I sure wasn't expecting to run into you here. What are all of you doing? What are you all doing here? Oh.
It's good to see you again, Chloe. And Sieg too, of course. You two look well.
Thank you. I'm not sure what to say. I feel like I should be waking up any moment now, but I'm not sure if I even want to. Scree!
Everybody's in love with Joshua.
I see. We found ourselves in quite the predicament, haven't we? I'm relieved to hear that the empty Grand Cell you found wasn't the real city, at least, but still. Unfortunately, that doesn't necessarily rule out the real capital being in danger. We're dealing with something that has such great power, it can create a flawless replica of a vast city. There's no telling how far its influence could extend. Reese, surely there's no need to worry her so. We have nothing to gain from shying away from the truth. If anything, she's helping me better understand the gravity of the situation we're in. I'd like to help with the investigation if I can. I'm not sure I could do much more than what you're already doing, but I won't drag you down. Scree! But, Your Highness, I'm sorry, Julia, but I'm afraid nothing you can say will change my mind. I may not fully understand the situation we're in, but I do know that it threatens the safety of our capital, perhaps the whole nation. I'd be a disgrace as a crown princess if I were to just stand by and do nothing while the people I will one day rule over are threatened.
Wow, you're amazing, Chloe.
As you wish, Your Highness.
Well, welcome to the team.
Great. I'll do what I can. So is our next destination the teleportation circle at the end of the sealed area?
Yeah, that should let us travel to the next area. Or by the sounds of it, to the next plane. Yeah, that appears to be the technical name for the various areas that make up the land we're in.
It's a concept used in the Septian Church, too. Our world is made up of a number of planes or realms situated on top of one another. At the top is the sky where the goddess dwells, below that is the earth where we live, and at the bottom lies Gehenna, where sinners are judged. Those are the main three, but in between them there are countless other planes or realms too.
So in other words, the farther down we descend, the less the blessings of the goddess will be able to reach us?
Hey, can you not say stuff like that? With all these creepy monsters roaming around, it's freaky enough around here as it is.
You sound like a child who's afraid to walk around the house when the lights are off. Although I suppose that does make sense, given that you truly are a child.
I am so not a child! Anyway, if that background self is the second plane, the next one's the third, right? I mean, it sounds obvious, but I'm not sure it's all going in one clear direction, or if we might run into a fork at some point.
I think straightforward is a safe enough assumption to make for now. And while we might not know what the Lord of Phantasma wants with us, we know it's nothing good. So even if it's not like that, that doesn't change how ugly this could get. So let's get ready for just about anything. Who knows what's waiting for us up ahead? Huh? Something wrong, Reese? If you think you might have figured something out, the rest of the class would love to hear about it.
No, it's nothing important. You're right. We should start getting ready to leave. It may be worth our while to investigate some of the doors we've encountered thus far, too. Yeah, I don't know what's up with those things, but there sure are a ton of them.
At the very least, they don't seem to have been placed by any of our foes. I'm all in favor of investigating them, too.
Let's move out.
Right.
Well, I know exactly which door I'm going to check out next, but, let's see if we got any new books here. Let's see. All of Carnelia. Nope. Nuh-uh. Actually, let's see if anything new opened up in here, come to think of it. Oh, here we go. There are several issues of the Liberal News on the bookshelf. Well, they do say that if you read all of the stuff here, then you get an achievement, so I might as well start reading everything, right? Yeah, so this is all the liberal news articles from the first game, I believe. I'm not going to reread these out loud or anything like that. That's clearly going to be something eventually. I just know it. I'm just not sure what it is going to be. But, yeah, okay, nothing here at the moment. Oh, wow, we got... CP was restored to maximum. I really don't like saying that out loud, actually. Okay, so, alright, well, in that case, let's do a door, then. Let's see, I think we got another store. Here we go. Boy with the eyes of amber and the Grand Princess with the heart of steel. Okay, so this is gonna be this one. Okay, let's watch another star door. Bring to me the boy with eyes of amber and the princess with an indomitable will. Only then shall the door open. Open the door. I kind of want to check on the 100 battles one, too, come to think of it. I mean, I doubt I'm there yet, but you never know, right? I shall grant to you a memory fragment in my blessing. Breaking news! Liberal News Special Issue. The Flying City falls. Liberal is safe once more. Glory to the young braces who saved us all from crisis. Enigmatic and mysterious structure that appeared last month over Valeria Lake disappeared as suddenly as it came collapsing loudly. Giant mountain of rubble into the lake. Many of our readers may have witnessed the moment for themselves, but it seems that it was visible not only from Liberal, but from the southern edge of the Empire and from Calvert as well. A small minority argued that the structure may have been a new weapon belonging to the Royal Army, but this turn of events seems to conclusively rule out that possibility. The collapse of the Libel Ark also caused a 2-Argyle tsunami around the edges of the lake, but so far there have been no reports of serious injuries, fatalities, or missing persons as a result of this. Unfortunate fishermen. The worst that seems to have been reported is a number of unfortunate fishermen who were unable to escape in time, getting covered in water. What was the Libel Ark? According to an investigation by the Royal Guard and Bracer Guild, it was a flying city from ancient Zamorian times. How exactly it came to be above Valeria Lake to begin with, or what it caused it to collapse, remains to be confirmed, but it appears to be, without a doubt, that the international crime syndicate, known as the Society, was somehow involved. While this has yet to be officially confirmed, reports suggest that an investigation team in the city encountered a group of Crimson soldiers that are supporting the above theory. This place is just one mystery after another, but we can't let those guys get away with any more than they already had, said a member of the team. Furthermore, Zeiss Central Factory and the Royal Army are planning to continue investigating the Libel Ark. And to this end, we'll be launching a combined salvage operation, recovering from the shutdown. Around the time of the Libel Ark's collapse, the orbital shutdown phenomenon that tormented the whole of the country finally ceased. As a result, many now believe that the city caused the phenomenon, but no conclusive proof of this has been established, and we can only await further research into the issue. Thoughts? The orbital shutdown phenomenon and the chaos that was caused as a result have been a sobering reminder of just how dependent all of us are on orbits in our daily lives. Perhaps something similar may never happen again, but this is still a good opportunity to reflect on just how much we owe to orbits and perhaps to try and reduce our reliance on them. Politics. Crown Princess Claudia has been busy. As previously reported, Her Highness Princess Claudia is now this nation's Crown Princess. As a result, we will be referring to her as such in all publications moving forward. Crown Princess Claudia wasted no time after assuming her position and meeting with the Princess Olivert of the Erebonian Empire, and together they reconfirmed our two nations' relationship with one another. After the discussions, they both boarded the Arsail together. It's widely expected that this meeting will contribute to ensuring peaceful relations with Erebonia in the future. In addition, the the pair plan to both be in attendance at the upcoming banquet to be held at Gransel Castle. We'll bring you all the latest on that in due time. Closing thoughts. As you all know, our homeland of Liberal has fallen victim to a vast number of calamities over the past year. There's a coup d'etat, the bizarre changes at the tetracyclic towers, coming under the assault of a ancient dragon, our capital being attacked, and finally the Librarch's appearance, as already discussed in this very issue. What you may not know, however, is that there is a group of young men and women who are involved in the resolution of all these crises, their steel-like will and unyielding determination leading them to their conclusions. If not for them, these crises may not have been resolved or taken a turn for the worse. I would like to take this opportunity to thank them for all they have done for us. Thank you. You are truly this nation's great hope. Aw, I like that. That's cute.
Hey, it's Niall. I think. What's taking you so long, Dorothy? Get a move on, or I'm gonna leave you behind.
Wait! Wait for me!
No time for waiting. If we take much longer, the banquet's going to start without us. We're talking about a big celebration held by the Queen here. Being late isn't an option.
But I'm so hungry. I can't walk another step.
I have a horrible feeling I know what's going on here. You skipped lunch so you could eat more at the banquet, didn't you?
I didn't even eat breakfast. I've eaten nothing since yesterday. Going 30 hours without eating is making me feel all kinds of lightheaded.
What the hell were you thinking?
I can't move. Carry me.
Hell no! Come on, we're going. There's no way we can miss an occasion like this. There's gonna be Idios knows how many famous people there. First on the agenda is snapping a photo of Her Majesty and the Crown Princess. And then...
He just literally...
Huh? This actually isn't so bad.
Oh, Dorothy, you've done it again. At one point, this very capital was placed in grave danger. But thanks to the efforts of everyone here and many others, all is well. This humble banquet is intended to be an occasion to celebrate that fact, as well as to honor all those who contributed to making it a reality. If you would, Claudia, of course. All those invited to today's party contributed in one way to another to protecting the peace of Liberal by ending the peril we were faced with. Whether it was extending a helping hand to those in need, or working to fight off the threats that instilled fear in the hearts of our people. As this country's future monarch, I would like to extend my deepest gratitude to each and every one of you. Thank you all very much. Holding this party is nothing compared to all that you have done, but...
We just made it!
We're finally here! Food! Someone give me food!
The hell are you doing? Eating can wait. You've got pictures to take. The Crown Princess's speech might be finishing soon.
Okay. Well, I do hope you will all enjoy your time here all the same.
I'm sure you are all busy and men and women, burdened by a great many responsibilities and concerns. But today, I would ask that you cast all those aside in order to rest, relax, and enjoy yourselves. The food on offer here is some of the finest in Liberal, so by all means, partake until you can no more. And may the goddess bless this nation.
I like how Danan did a complete heel face turn here.
Chloe really is something else, huh? I'm not sure I could dress super nice, get in front of a crowd like this, and make a big speech the way she did.
Yeah, she is. She said she wasn't feeling confident about how she'd do as Crown Princess before. But from where I'm standing, she's doing just fine.
Seeing her is making me kind of jealous, though. I wish I could pull off fancy dresses the way she does. You got something to say, mister? Mister?
Oh, it's nothing. You're just not all that girly most of the time, so it always takes me by surprise when you suddenly are.
What do you mean I'm not girly? Sure, lately we've been so busy with helping get Libro back in shape, so I haven't even had time to go back home. But that doesn't mean I don't want to wear a pretty dress or something once in a while, you know?
I know. Still, it really is surprising just how much you've grown even in these past few weeks.
I have?
Well, it's been pretty tough running up and down the country so much, but you've kept up with ease. And your judgments as a bracer are getting more spot on with every decision you make. Fancy dress or not, I think you're a pretty wonderful person, Estelle.
I don't know why, but it's weird hearing you pile on the compliments so much. But what can I say? I'm glad that things seem to have finally calmed down a bit on the work front these past few days. The capital might not entirely be the way it was, but it's getting there. I think we can finally afford to take a breather.
Yeah.
Oh, look! Look at all that food!
The chefs in the castle supposedly made the entire spread, too.
There's no way I'm missing out on this! I didn't get to enjoy the food back during the birthday festivities, so now's my time to pig out big time. I'm gonna eat until I barf. Stay right there, okay, Joshua? I'm gonna go scope out the goods.
He's just like,
Eat till I barf. She might have grown in some areas, but she's still got a ways to go in others. Hey, look! How you doing, Joshua? Estelle not here with you? She went to go get food a second ago, actually. Are you two here more for work than fun? Bingo! There aren't many occasions where this many famous faces are gathered in one place. There is no way we could pass up the chance to come and score some interviews. Don't think you're getting out of here without answering some questions either. We'll get to you two later. So no going home until you've spoken to us, all right? All right. Great! Next up is the Crown Princess. Hop to it, Dorothy!
I can't go on. I need something to eat. Let me have something to eat.
Not until we're done. Questions to ask, photos to take.
Why are you so mean?
He's even more fired up than usual today. I wonder how Estelle's doing.
oh god. They're fighting.
So much for scoping out the food. I suppose this is as good a chance as any. I owe a lot to the people here on a personal level, too. Maybe I should go around and thank them while I have the chance.
Oh, cool.
So, when are you coming?
Hold on, I haven't even...
Oh, Joshua.
Hey man, making the rounds?
Something like that, yeah. Anything interesting going on with you?
Sort of. Agate said he was going to come over for dinner in Zeist a while back. So I was just asking him when he's free.
Oh, that's right, so he did. When we were getting off the Arsal, right?
I didn't really mean it though. It was just one of those things you say in passing but don't give much thought to. I ain't exactly swimming in free time, you know. Being a bracer's busy work. And I'd like to go, sure, but I've got no idea if I'll actually have the time to do it.
But I've been looking forward to you coming ever since.
Okay. Let me think. Maybe the end of the month? That should be okay. I think that Friday's free? Think.
Really? Is that a promise?
Yeah, I guess. Aw, that's cute.
Oh, Joshua, it's been a long time since I've last saw you.
It's good to see you again too, Professor. Although speaking of the last time, I heard there's a plan in motion to pull up the Libra Ark from the lake and investigate it.
You heard right. It'll be carried out in conjunction with the Royal Army. That's not to say it'll be easy, of course. Valeria Lake's fairly deep, so we can't start hauling up bits of the city out willy-nilly. So we're intending to work on making a map of the lake's bottom using sonar first, which is going to take quite some time as it is.
You were able to make it, Richard?
Thanks to Brigadier General Bright's generosity, yes. I've received an official pardon from Her Majesty for my actions.
Probably for foiling the Society's attack on Grancel, right? That's good news. I'm happy for you.
I wish I could say the same, but I don't feel as though I deserve to be pardoned at all. Now that the nation is at peace, I feel this is the time I should be facing up to my crimes, not having them swept under the rug.
I can't say I don't understand, but still.
Please, Joshua, you needn't look so concerned. I have no intention of refusing Her Majesty's kindness or going against her will. I merely feel a strong desire to settle things within myself, and I fully intend on following through. That is all.
All right then. Oh, I wasn't expecting to find you here. Still, thank you very much for your support during the attack on Grancel. It really did help us all.
Oh, please. I only did what I did because it was one of His Excellency's bail command conditions. Make no mistake, I wouldn't have helped any of you worthless Dreks otherwise.
You wouldn't think it would be so hard to accept a thank you.
Oh, God. Okay, so that's an exit. Let's see. We're delighted to see you were able to attend tonight's banquet. Please do enjoy yourself. The whole garden terrace is accessible to guests of tonight's party, so please don't feel restricted and do enjoy yourself.
Oh, you needn't worry about us. The Academy suffered no major damage as a result of what happened. It was certainly a shock to the students, but they're all back to their usual cheery selves now.
I'd heard the Academy was actually occupied by armed assailants at one point. I was ever so worried when I first heard the news. It's a pleasure to see you again, Joshua.
You too, Lila. Have you been well?
I have, thank you. Although I wish I could say the same for the mayor. She collapsed from overworking herself the other day. As such, I had no choice but to force her to take some time off work.
That bad?
I'm afraid so. She was finally able to rest and recover enough to my satisfaction, thankfully. So she's now returned to her duties. I assure you that she's in good hands.
Oh, hey! I ship these two, honestly.
This is some party, isn't it? I don't think you'll find a banquet with a guest list quite like this anywhere. I used to be a businessman, so I've been to my fair share of occasions like this. But I've never been to any with this many famous people in attendance.
Oh, Joshua! It's been quite some time since I last saw you.
It has. I didn't know you were here, Mayor Klaus.
The mayors of each of liberal cities and towns were invited, I believe. I'm not sure why I was when I didn't do all that much to contribute to anything, but I decided to attend nonetheless.
That's not true at all. I hear the food supplies that were delivered to Bose and Grancel were done so on your orders. That's particularly well received here, and we all know how dire things were at the time. You've got as much right to be here, being thanked for your efforts as anyone else.
It was? Well, that's certainly a relief to hear. Thank you very much for letting me know, Joshua.
Whew, it's finally over. It just goes to show that if we endure, the goddess will eventually extend her hand of salvation to us all. That's reassuring to know. Poor Mr. Murdoch.
Greetings, Joshua. I'd like to take this chance to thank you again for all your team did to thwart Ouroboros' schemes and return peace to Libro. The debt of gratitude we owe is beyond measure.
Please, you're exaggerating, sir. We might have been the ones who entered the Libro Arc, but we wouldn't have had a chance of success if we were on our own. It's only because of you, Richard, Kurt, and the others fighting on the ground that we were able to succeed.
We could certainly say the same of you, though. Although it is true that none of us could have brought about peace alone. Still, I've been wanting the chance to thank you personally for all you did. The faith we had in you to see your work through to the end was just what we needed to fight. Is there enough food available to you? If there's anything you would like more of, please feel free to let me know.
You need something to drink, sir? We have plenty available, alcoholic or otherwise.
Oh, it's you. I've heard you've been lending a hand with the restoration efforts in addition to all you did with the Libro Arc. You have my thanks.
You're quite welcome, sir. I wasn't expecting him to thank me. I wonder if something happened.
Oh, hey, it's Dad.
Joshua.
I'm surprised to see you here, Dad. I thought you said over the phone you wouldn't be able to attend because you were so swamped.
Oh, swamped is an understatement. Transporting goods needed to get the country back in order, making sure every area has all the supplies it needs. I'm drowning in work. It's going to take a while longer before we can say Liberal is back to normal too, I fear.
Come to think of it, Estelle and I certainly didn't expect to find soldiers even in Liberal's smaller villages, so it threw us off to see as much while we were helping out where we could. Doesn't come as a surprise if you're the one responsible, though. It should go a long way toward helping people feel at ease.
It's times like these when we've got to do all we can for one another, and the army's no different. With Ereboni and Calvard's internal political situations a mystery to us, the reorganization of the army has had to be shelved for now, too. Still, no matter how busy a man is, everyone needs to kick back in a while. So make sure you make the most of tonight, Joshua.
I think you need to kick back more than I do, Dad. Estelle's been pretty worried about you, you know.
There's no need to worry about me. I'm hanging in there. In fact, I'd say I'm taking it too easy.
You two look comfortable.
Oh, if it isn't Joshua. Care to join us for a few drinks?
Don't be shy now. The night is only just beginning. But I want to see those exquisite amber eyes of yours swim before it comes to a close.
I'm good, thanks.
Aw, come on. We're at a celebratory banquet here. Don't be such a spoil sport. Oh, I know. Why don't we have a few drinks to celebrate you becoming a senior bracer at the same time? It feels like it was ages ago, but we never did get to celebrate your promotion. Only Estelle's.
Say, Shara, about Luciola.
Silly Joshua, what are you getting all worried about her for? You really needn't be.
Shara's right, especially not now. We all have our concerns and worries after all that happened over the past few weeks and months. But this is not the time to be thinking about them. This is the time to be making merry and drowning in fine drink. From sunset to sunrise.
Right.
I don't think there's ever a time for not making merry as far as you're concerned. He's got a point, though. Oh, and while I've got the chance to say this to you, no more going off on your own, you hear? You have no idea how worried Estelle was about after you last disappeared. I could barely bring myself to watch her.
I won't. I've got no intention of doing anything like that again. I'm fine now.
Well, if you say so.
That docile expression of yours is so adorable, Joshua. Don't go showing off that face too much tonight, all right?
Olivier, is it okay if you're here in Liberal? I would have thought you'd be needed back in the Empire.
Well, I will go back, eventually. For now, however, I intend to savor the lingering feelings of this whirlwind of a ride. Remaining behind afforded me the chance to attend this wonderful party to boot. As you can see, my fine instincts have yet to fail me.
Feels like no amount of alcohol is enough to get me drunk lately. I don't know what's up with me. On the positive side, though, maybe now I can actually beat Ina in a drinking contest.
Trust her to find a positive in that.
Don't you worry about me. In fact, I'm taking it easy while passing along the tough jobs to you guys.
Huh?
Tita took out a small notebook and started scribbling in it.
So what kinds of dishes do you like?
Any old set of groceries I can shove down my neck is fine by me.
Nothing special at all?
Well...
I think I'd better leave them alone for now. I wouldn't want to get in their way.
I wish it hadn't collapsed all of a sudden like that to begin with. If I'd just had one more hour, I could have taken a research sample too. Well, there's no point in lamenting what you can't do anything about. I'll just have to make do with what I've got. Thanks to Brigadier General's mercy, I was able to receive a full pardon for my actions. But I still feel as though I need to settle things with myself after what I did.
I presume your business here is finished? Then kindly be gone. You'll get in His Excellency's way standing around here.
Okay, so generic. Oh, you needn't worry about us. Okay, so these all fall into the generic. All right, let's go down here then.
Kevin? I wasn't expecting you to still be in Liberal. Oh, sup? You were invited too, huh? Makes sense. So, having fun? You'd better be. Take it from me, if you don't make the most of times like these and eat your heart out, you're gonna regret it later. Thank you very much for all you did for me, Kevin. If you hadn't come to Liberal when you did, don't sweat it. Not like I did anything special. Glad to see all the side effects look about gone, too. You're looking spiffy these days, Joshua. So yeah, just forget about owing me or whatever. It's all in the past now. I'm not sure if I should ask this, but are you... Joshua, I'm not going to be in Liberal for much longer, so this might be the last time we meet for a while. But I hope we'll get the chance to see each other again one day. Yeah, I hope so too. Damn, this sirloin steak's like a little piece of heaven in my mouth. I sure wish I could take a lifetime supply of it back home with me.
How's it going, Joshua?
Hello, Zen. Thanks again for all the help you've been giving with the restoration efforts. I don't know what we'd have done without you.
Ha ha ha! Hey, think nothing of it. It's all part of being a bracer, really. Can't say how much longer I'll be able to lend a helping hand, though. Gotta pack up and head back home at some point. The political situation isn't exactly stable over there, you see.
Was that why Kilika wasn't able to make it then?
Yeah, the guild receptionists are basically chained to their seats at the moment. Although, to be honest, I can't picture her getting all dressed up and coming to a party like this anyway.
It's nice to be able to attend a banquet like this. It truly drives home the point that this nation is back at peace again. The trouble regarding the Liberal arc and subsequent restoration efforts have really shown me anew how capable a ruler Queen Alicia is. She's handled all that's happened impeccably. If all of this had happened in the Republic, it wouldn't have been resolved anywhere near as smoothly, let me tell you. Speaking of the Republic, Parliament is still very much in confusion over the orbital shutdown phenomenon, to say nothing of those steam tanks of Erebonians. It's going to be quite a while before things settle down there, too, I'd wager. Miss Maid, I need some food!
Man, this is one hell of a party. I normally work as a chef over at Sanctime Gate, but I was called over here to help. It's a real huge honor to be able to help out at an occasion this spectacular. I doubt I'll ever get an opportunity like this again. Greetings, Joshua. You've done some fine work these past couple of weeks. The damage reports on the regions of Liberal you've been providing have proved invaluable in allocating personnel. I really can't thank you enough.
Oh, you needn't thank me. By the way, Kurt, I feel like I need to say something regarding my bracer badge. As you probably already know, what power I have was given to me by the Society. Before becoming a bracer, I used it to commit many unforgivable crimes, too. No matter how much I think about it, I just can't see how someone like me is fit to call himself a bracer.
You know, Joshua, I've always seen power as an imperfect concept, and that's why I believe people are able to use it. Am I wrong?
No, I suppose not.
Then what difference is there between us? We are both keenly aware of our flaws, and yet we both use what limited power we have to do what we believe to be right. I see no difference.
Well, I can't really argue with that logic. I still can't pretend to be completely confident in myself, though.
Be that as it may, that's nothing to be ashamed of. You should simply continue striving to overcome it. And while this is but my personal opinion, I'd say you're a model bracer.
It's good to see you again, Elnon. I heard you're here as the Bracer Guild's representative today. Is that true?
Indeed. All of the other receptionists are busy, you see. I was the only one able to attend.
That's too bad.
Isn't it, though? This would have been a fine time for us to exchange information. But oh well, there's always tomorrow, as they say. The receptionists of all the other branches were too busy to come today, I'm afraid. It would have been nice to get together with them at some point and exchange info, but I suppose that we'll have to wait for another time.
It was an honor to be able to put my skills to the test making tonight's many dishes. I do hope they will be to your satisfaction. Please have your fill.
Wow, I didn't know Josette was from the nobility. I always pictured Erebonian nobles as being real stuffy and scary. But maybe there are a few cute ones mixed in there?
Okay, so...
After all the work we've been doing lately, it's great to be able to come to a swanky place like this and put our feet up. The food's pretty good, too. It's wild just how much energy these two have. Are they always like this? I swear, it's like... I swear, it's like watching two children squabble. It's great that we're peaceful again and all, but I think these two are taking things a little too easy.
That's... okay.
Hey, Joshua. I didn't expect to see you guys here. You were invited then?
Sure was. An invitation just showed up out of nowhere.
You can imagine our surprise when we saw the thing. No way we were turning down some high-class grub, though, so we hurried on over. Haha, that's very like you.
Not gonna deny it. That aside, thanks to Her Majesty pardoning us, we're now free to walk around in the open. Feels like we should start thinking about how to make a good, honest living for ourselves.
That's not the first time you've said that. Something about wanting to start up a courier service, right?
Well, maybe, but that's not the only thing we can try out. Whatever we settle on, it should involve flying the skies. That's how we lived so far. I don't want to change now.
You're not gonna hear me say no.
All the complicated financial stuff goes right over my head, so don't count on me there. That might even be right up Josette's alley.
Still, the best thing about starting up a company is we'd be able to employ all the guys who worked under us while we were in the Sky Bandit business. I mean, I ain't saying it's gonna be easy. We don't have any funding, and we don't know if we'll ever even be profitable once we do get things up and running.
Good evening to you. Thank you so much for making time to attend tonight's banquet.
Oh, not at all. How are you feeling now after having some time to recover, Philip?
I'm feeling quite well. You're too kind. I do believe I may have overexerted myself. That's how things are once you've reached a certain age. I find myself wondering whether I would have been able to do more if I were 30 years younger. But I suppose there's little point in doing so.
I wonder what he looked like 30 years ago. Nope. Sorry, Philip. I just can't picture it.
Just the man, just the man.
Pardon?
Bo? Is this the boy you were speaking of earlier?
That's correct. This is Joshua. I was just telling the ambassador here about your various accomplishments, Joshua.
It's an honor to finally meet you. I'm the resident Erebonian ambassador here in Libel, Davil Krana.
It's nice to meet you.
It's the tale of how you flew up on that... The tale of how you flew on top of that flying city, all while knowing it may be the last thing you did, brought tears to my eyes. How you were able to participate in an operation that may have brought your death, casting aside even your girlfriend's objections, I don't know. But I know this, Libel needs more young men and women like you.
Thank you for saying so, sir. Just what has the Duke been telling him?
The Duke has been a much more positive, forward-thinking man since that day. That fact alone makes all life did feel worthwhile. It feels like a huge weight has been lifted from my shoulders watching him now.
My soldiers, what am I saying? But all was well that ended well, for by miraculous chance, the two were able to reunite.
It should go without saying how touched I am to see such spirit from our youth of today. You are truly Libel's greatest treasures.
If it isn't Joshua. I was just discussing the aftermath of the crisis here with Major Brander.
Fortunately, the Librarch's collapse caused little direct damage by itself.
That might not have been the case if there had been any ships on the lake at the time, but due in part to the orbital shutdown phenomenon, none were. The tsunami afterward was quite small, too. I'd say we were rather fortunate.
Estelle and I were able to see as much when we traveled around the lakeshore. A few people who were watching the city collapse were caught up in it, and a small number of fishermen were splashed with water. But that's about it.
Indeed. If anything, the much greater problem was the confusion that came about as a result of losing orbital power. Liberal is, after all, one of the most advanced nations on the continent when it comes to orbital technology.
Ordinarily, that is one of our greatest strengths, but in this case it worked against us. The crisis is now past, but that doesn't mean our work is done. We still have plenty ahead of us to take care of. Now that everything's back to normal, it feels like all that happened that day was sort of a dream. I'd certainly rather believe it was. Seeing the castle gates fall and those scary people charging through was like a nightmare. I thought I was going to faint at the sight of it all. Liberal's abundance of orbital technology ended up working against it this time, regrettably. The crisis is now past, but that doesn't mean our work is done. We still have plenty ahead of us to take care of.
The confusion caused on Erebonia's southern edge as a result of the orbital shutdown phenomena calmed itself down rather quickly. But over in Erebonia, no more is being reported about the city than it was a mysterious floating object. Either the central government is still in confusion and that's why it isn't releasing any more information, or...
Good evening, Your Majesty. Thank you very much for inviting me today.
Oh, not at all. I'm pleased to see you've come. I've been eagerly awaiting the day we could meet again. I hear you and Estelle have been traveling and helping with the restoration efforts.
That's correct. We both wanted to see how things were across the kingdom with our own eyes. I'm glad we did too, because now I can finally breathe a sigh of relief. People really are strong.
That they are. I have been queen for over 40 years, and the strength of liberal citizens continues to amaze me to this day. There are plenty who would like to credit either my abilities as a ruler or orbital technology for this tiny nation's good fortune, but we would be nothing without its people. I wasn't the one who allowed us to overcome the recent crisis or the war 10 years ago, and neither was orbital technology. No, I believe it was the will of its people to live. And that's what I believe supports our country, both then and now.
People's will to live?
Indeed. You were gracious enough to call this country your second home, Joshua. From now on, your will to live will be another great support for this nation. As its queen, that makes me happier than you can imagine.
Thank you, Your Majesty. Your words mean a lot to me.
My apologies. I didn't intend that to become such a serious discussion. I would much prefer for tonight to be a night all of this banquet's guests can enjoy, rather than one for serious issues. Please do try to enjoy your time here. Why, hello, Joshua. Tonight's party is hosted by Her Majesty in all her grace, so I do hope you'll enjoy yourself.
Oh! You're always welcome back to the castle anytime. I'd be more than happy to help you get dolled up for the occasion, too.
I'm never wearing a maid outfit again, just so you know.
You're always welcome to the castle, Joshua. I'd be more than happy to get dolled up. Holding a party like this makes it feel like peace has finally returned to the castle. It certainly hasn't felt like that in the days leading up to it. We were all busy clearing things up until a few days ago. Ha! I figured that'd be the case. Looks like I'm the most fit to be at this party after all. Because I've been to plenty of high society gatherings wearing poofy dresses. Hey, don't make it sound like I've never worn a dress before. Because I have, for your information. I just don't need to go around trying to convince everyone that I'm not a boy, unlike some people I could name. Try saying I look like a boy again and see what happens.
Look, you two, I appreciate that you have your differences, but we're kind of in a really public, really high-class place here, so could you take this fight somewhere else?
Shut up, Joshua!
Wow. I'm sorry.
Okay then, have it your way. How about you and me settle this with an honorable duel? Think you can handle it? Damn right I can. You're on. Just don't cry when you realize you can't actually beat me, though.
That was the coolest shit ever. I love it. Okay, so...
If you would, Your Highness, a comment in celebration of the fact that the crisis is past now. Just nothing too formal, all right? I'd prefer something that brings out your bright and cheery nature.
What? You'd like me to give a comment? Well, let's see.
Looks like she's being interviewed at the moment. I should leave her be for now.
Huh. I wonder what else I missed. Oh. Okay.
Okay, I think that's about everyone now. There were a few people I didn't get to talk to, though, so hopefully I can make another round of the party later once they're free.
Oh, here we go. Come on, Dorothy. We're talking to the military guys next. Get a move on, woman. We haven't got all day.
God.
Niall! I don't feel too good. My stomach feels like a giant bottle of water.
That's what happens when you drink way too much in a short period of time, you idiot. But never mind that. We've got work to do.
Okay. Joshua?
Oh, okay.
Hey, Chloe. Finally got a bit of a break? Must be exhausting having to do one interview after another.
Well, I suppose it is a little. Not too bad, though. I've had to do a lot more of them ever since becoming the...
God.
Not too bad, though. I've had to do a lot more of them ever since becoming Crown Princess, so I'm starting to get used to them.
I can believe it. It feels like I've been seeing your face in all kinds of papers and magazines lately. I think anyone would learn to adjust after a while.
Well, you know.
It probably won't be too long before it starts to die down, so just hang in there. All I can really do now is grin and bear it until then, unfortunately.
Yes, I know. That's exactly what I intend to do, too. I swore to myself that I would do all I could to help and protect this country's people. Accepting a few interviews here and there is the easy part.
Well, if you say so. You really are strong.
I'm not so sure about that. I still feel as if I'm doubting myself a lot of the time. Like I just have to keep going out of my comfort zone, feeling reckless with every push.
Maybe so. Still doesn't change the fact that you're strong. Not to me, anyway. I remember the strength you showed trying to protect Clem when we first met, too.
Thank you. I nearly forgot about that. Maybe now would be the best time after all.
Something on your mind, Chloe?
Could I have a little of your time, Joshua? I've got something I want to say to you.
Sure. Okay.
This way, then.
You're walking into a trap.
Is it just me, or does she seem kind of bothered by something? Where's Estelle right now, anyway?
I've got stomachs to spare. Oh, she's picking up the pace. This could get interesting. Whose side are you on, anyway?
I guess I can just leave her as she is for now. She seems pretty occupied. I should go and see what Chloe wants then. Have I done something to make her angry, though? I don't feel like I have. So, Chloe, what was it you wanted to tell me? Look, if I've done something to offend you, I'm sorry, all right?
I love you, Joshua.
Oh, God.
What? Well... I'm sorry. I'm happy you feel that way, but...
Don't worry. I knew exactly how you were going to respond before I said anything. I just felt like I had to get that out before I could really start moving on. The sky sure is beautiful tonight, isn't it?
How long have you, well, felt that way?
Say, Joshua, if you had met me before Estelle, do you think you would have, well...
No. I'm pretty sure that never would have happened. Sorry.
I told you, don't worry. I can't deny there's a part of me that wants to keep you all to myself, but even if that were possible, I don't think it would be what I truly wanted. Because when it comes down to it, I really love both you and Estelle. Oh my God, she wants a menage a trois. Joshua, the father of a nation. That's partly why I wanted to see that troubled face of yours one last time. It was worth the effort to bring out, too. That's probably the best expression I've seen to date.
You can be kind of a bully sometimes, you know that?
Maybe. This feels like the most fun I've had in some time. Soon. So, what's on your mind, Joshua?
What?
I can easily tell you're worried about something. My instincts are quite sharp, or so I'd like to believe.
Besides, I was watching you the whole time I was handling that interview earlier.
Oh. How exactly am I supposed to take that?
Still, you're hiding something, aren't you? Are you planning on doing something all on your own again?
Your instincts are sharp, all right. Estelle surprises me from time to time, too, but you're definitely up there.
Well, that's just how us girls are. So come on, tell me what's troubling you.
It's nothing that major, really. I intend to leave Liberal by the end of the month.
But why? The country's finally at peace now.
That's exactly why I think this is the right time. Ouroboros seems to have completely withdrawn from the country, and the restoration efforts are coming along smoothly. So maybe it's about time for me to leave on a journey of my own. It's taken me a long time to get this far, but I've finally been able to start thinking of myself as a person and not some kind of broken doll. I was finally able to achieve the very thing everyone wanted for me. That's been both a good thing and a bad thing. Good in that I finally feel human. Bad in that my heart's been aching in a way it never did before. Broken dolls can easily look away from all the terrible things they've done, but I can't do that anymore.
Oh.
That's why I need to go on this journey around the continent. So I can work towards atoning for all that I've done. So that I can start embracing the person I now am, in the truest sense of the word.
I see. But if you do that, that means you won't be able to see Estelle for a while.
Yeah, I know. It might not even be for a while. It could be a long time. I'm still not sure how to break that to her either. That's the part that's on my mind right now.
You've still got a lot of growing up to do, young man.
Huh?
If you ask me, you should just tell her in the way that comes most naturally to you. You don't have to write some big speech in your head in advance. Speak to her from your heart. You believe in her, don't you? No matter how you phrase it, she'll understand. All you have to do is get those words out there.
Huh?
You owe that much to her if you love her. You know that, right?
Yeah, I do. I really am hopeless, aren't I? You shouldn't have to tell me something that obvious.
You wouldn't be you if I didn't have to tell you. Plus, that kind of thing's part of why I love you too.
Please stop teasing me.
Teehee. Just remember, it'll be okay. If anyone knows you, it's Estelle. Although if you ask me, she'll... Joshua, where are you?
Oh wow, she is energetic.
Oh, there you are. Look at these. They're Josette's goggles. I took them from her as spoils of war.
Oh god. That's pretty awesome.
I'm glad you were having fun, Estelle.
Make sure you give those back to Josette later, okay?
Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Tune in to next week's issue to find out. Wait, hold on. Chloe? I suppose it's about time I return to the banquet now. You can have Joshua back now, Estelle. Sure?
Hey, Chloe? I'm not sure how to best put this either, but... Thanks. I'm glad I was able to talk to you like this. Really, I am.
Oh, you're very welcome. Well then, I wish you both a very pleasant night. The heck? So Joshua, what did you two, to talk about?
Oh, nothing much. She just gave me a bit of much-needed motivation.
Oh, really? That sure clears things up.
Oh god.
It's been 5 years, and Estelle has believed in me for every single one. And I believe in her too.
Arg, no it doesn't. What motivation?
Estelle, I've got something I need to tell you.
Huh? I'm all ears. What's up?
Well, you see...
Oh.
Oh god. I always used to love fireworks.
Wow, fireworks. They're so pretty. There's so many of them, too.
Man, I sure hope that Estelle isn't the last one I find, honestly. God, for a Star Door, this one was long, but I guess it was long because I decided to talk to everyone.
You see, Estelle?
Side story, the banquet finished. Learn the recipe for luxurious lunch. Receive 3,500 Mira. Okay, let's at least start up the next area then.
Well, this should take us to the third plane. Funny how this warp ended up being in the exact spot. That device to seal the Oriole was in the real world.
Device? Are you referring to the first barrier mentioned in that report?
Yeah, the one designed to temporarily freeze it in another dimensional space. Although, unfortunately for the guys who pulled it off, it looks like even that wasn't enough to stop the Gospels being able to influence it.
I see.
We still don't know what happened to the Oriole either. There seem to be many who think that the library collapsing means that the Oriole itself is no more, too. Which is possible, I suppose. All we really know is that, judging by how shaken Weissman was, something unexpected happened. Beyond that, nothing.
I fear Professor Weissman may be the only one who knows the truth about exactly what happened. Although I don't have the faintest idea where he could be now, or what he's doing there. What? But the report said quite clearly...
No one in the church is sure what happened to him either. It's still being looked into. Still, I think it's fairly safe to say that Weissman isn't involved in what's happening right here. If he were, I'm sure he'd be openly reveling every second of this. You all know what kind of guy he is. That's true.
He doesn't really have anything to gain by wearing a mask like that, I suppose.
We've got way too many unanswered questions at the moment, at this point. We've got way too many unanswered questions at this point. All we can do is keep looking for answers. The less we know, the more we have to be on guard, though. So we'd best be careful. Right, Reese?
I suppose so.
He just straight up, like,
Don't tell him Weissman's dead, 'cause I killed him.
Where are we now?
Something similar to the Jade Corridor by the look of it.
Kevin, over there.
Golden and Silver Roads. Okay, so it's like a two-pronged dungeon. I kind of like this. So much for straightforward, huh?
A golden and a silver gate? Well, this is foreboding. Again?
Oh, the ghost we saw in Grancel. Visitors from afar. Bearers of the Grail emblem. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can!
Before you stands the entrances to the twin corridors. Proceed through them both in sync, or never shall you reach the dark depths beyond. I entrust their operation to the monument before you. Step forth into the corridors, the power of the Grail with you, and move onward. But beware. Once you have stepped through the doors, the trial must be completed. Oh,
Well, that's one question answered. That voice we've been hearing all this time was hers. Although now the next question is, who is she anyway?
whoever she is, she gave us some valuable advice on how to proceed. Step forth into the corridors, the power of the Grail with you, and move onward.
And I say we take her up on that advice. Moving in sync means we're gonna have to split up, though. Or more like Reese and I have to each take a door at the same time, while you guys tag along with whoever.
And that's how I took it too. If we don't do it the way she said, I doubt we'll be able to advance.
They sure aren't making it easy for us, huh? That means we're going to need to split up us two, so that you guys don't go in alone. It's still not the most ideal situation when there are only 4 of us, and things are so dangerous, but it's what we have to do.
Jeez, let me have 2 parties of 4 then.
Why not ask the rest back in the garden to help us? That way we could form 2 groups of 4, and that should hopefully be good enough for any challenges up ahead. But that voice said that Kevin and I needed to be the ones who stepped through the gates.
Sure, but that's all she specified, that you and me needed to go through different ones. She didn't say anything about what these guys have to do. Plus, there's no telling what's waiting for us on the other side. We could use their help.
All right then, thank you.
Not a problem. So, what should we do? Should we call everyone here right away? Even if we did, I wouldn't blame them if they wanted some prep. Even if we did, I wouldn't blame them if they wanted some time to prep before heading out. Especially since I've got a hunch that once we go in those gates, there's no going back out. So instead of calling them here, let's go back to them. Then we'll all come here once we feel up to the challenge.
The 3rd plane. The dungeon on this plane requires you to form 2 parties, with Kevin and Reese as their leaders, in order to advance. Each of the characters you have at this point will need to be placed in one of these parties. Furthermore, after beginning the dungeon, you won't be able to return to the garden until it's complete. To begin exploring, inspect the monument at the start of the 3rd plane and choose Explore 3rd plane. Kind of want to check the shop here, actually. Okay, so, yeah, we're going to buy that. Okay, I want to check that other star door then. Oh shit, I think we did it. Those who have not proven themselves in battle are not worthy of stepping inside. Should you wish to be deemed worthy, circle through. Okay, all right, we did it. All right, cool. Awesome. See, I'm finding other ways to progress. So is this going to be a memory fragment or a boss fight?
I shall grant you a memory fragment and my blessing.
Okay, just a memory fragment and a blessing. All right. And they're making a big deal about so many boss fights, and yet I think I've only just had the one.
Enclosed is a report on the damage dealt to the former Principality of North Ambria by the Salt Pale. Also contained within is research on the Pale itself. Holy City of Arteria, Congregation for the Sacraments.
No, by Reese Argent, huh? Salt Pale Research Report. Reese Argent.
I hereby present this report to you, Your Holiness, ever at the side of the goddess. This report contains classified information and may only be read by those with the clearance to do so. Certain sections of the utmost secrecy have also been blacked out. Progression of events after the Pale's appearance. July 1st, 1178, 5:45 a.m. An urgent report came in from Haliask Cathedral in the then Principality, now State of North Ambria in northern Zemuria. It stated that a giant white pillar so tall it appears to kiss the clouds had appeared on the outskirts of the city. Bishop Alexei, the one who sent the report, behaved as if extremely unsettled by what was happening. By urgent order of the committee, 2 knights of the Grosritter, the 8th Dominion, aka the Roaring Lioness and a squire,
both of whom were working on another mission in a nearby nation, were dispatched to perform a formal investigation. They hurried to the scene via the 8th Merkaba unit. Please note that the Merkabas had only recently been put into use at this point. They arrived promptly, and at 6:22 a.m., this is what they saw. Enclosed is a photograph of the object now known as the salt pail. At this point, however, it was far larger than the term pail would suggest. It was more akin to a massive tower that soared hundreds of arga into the air. The two knights provided the following observation regarding the situation on their arrival. We were met with a mighty hailstorm blowing in our direction from Haliask, or so it appeared at first, till we eventually realized that the storm contained not ice, but salt. The object's surface is completely covered with salt, making it impossible to tell what it actually may look like underneath. The surrounding air has become powdered salt, and it falls to the ground like snow falling on a tundra. The spread of that salinification process was startlingly rapid, and the affected area spread in the blink of an eye. By the time the Gralsritter arrived, the entire landscape of the capital had turned to salt, and the lives of many who lived there, like the aforementioned Bishop Alexei, had already been lost. Yet the spread did not stop there. A day after the salt pail first appeared, a vast coniferous forest zone north of the capital crystallized and collapsed. Bridges also collapsed, rendering all of the main highways out of the city unusable. Please note that by this point, then-ruler Prince Balmund had already fled the country to a nearby nation. 2 days passed since the pail's appearance. By this point, roughly half of the principality had become a sea of salt. Countless refugees had fled to the southern side of the country because the River Grieve stood between it and the affected area. Finally, 3 days after the pail's appearance, the salinification process stopped at dawn. As a result, the knights were able to advance on the capital at Haliask with the hope of investigating the salt pail. That afternoon, they finally reached it, but what they found looked completely different from how the pail had before when they first arrived in Northumbria. In the center of the salinified area, they found an object that was a mere 2.5 arga in height. Its surface was no longer blanketed in salt. Rather, it looked as if something had been carved out of it. It is now believed that the pail's mass decreased as the salinification process progressed. In its smaller state, the pail had lost its power to turn swaths of the country to salt, but its ability to salinify was still very much intact. Anything that touched it, even for a millisecond, was instantaneously turned into salt. It was of the utmost importance to handle it with care. In order to complete the mission without physical contact, the Gralsritter required the use of the sacred tool Gleipnir, which was delivered to them from the High Seat in Arteria. Since then, it has been kept closely sealed away deep within the High Seat in Arteria. Still, while the recovery mission was ultimately deemed a success, the damage already caused was equally vast and significant. No damage to the surrounding nations was reported, but it resulted in the destruction of 3 of the 5 administrative districts of the Principality, including its capital. Over a third of the total population, along with travelers from elsewhere, lost their lives. That is to say nothing of the emotional damage caused. Due to its sudden outbreak, the hearts of Northumbria's people were overwhelmed with fear and uncertainty. From a humanitarian and religious perspective, a swift response from the Septian Church was all but necessary. The decision was made to dispatch personnel to the region right away, and upon arrival, they set about rebuilding the damaged churches and healing both the physical and mental wounds of the people. Those who were left orphaned in the crisis were taken into gospel facilities, where they would be cared for until adult. Okay, I think we know where Kevin's from. The northern region of the country, which had been turned entirely into salt, was placed under the church's control. It has been a restricted area ever since. Supplementary notes. After some time, the country's former leader, Prince Balmund, attempted to rebuild the government. But given that he had fled the country during its hour of need, caring only for himself and not his people, all authority he once had was gone. The following year, the country's people led an armed uprising, and the Principality of Northumbria was no more. Eventually, elections were held, and the country became a democracy, thus bringing about the birth of the autonomous state we know of now. This was also when the former Principality's armed forces reformed as a vigilante corps. Given the extreme poverty of the state, however, the majority of said corps considered gathering foreign currency to be of the utmost importance. This was how the large-scale Jaeger Corps, known as the Northern Jaegers, was first established. As far as the rest of Zamoria is concerned, this is where the tale of the Salt Pail ends. But a number of very important questions still remain unanswered. Perhaps the most obvious of these is where it came from. Despite the considerable size of the object and that it appeared on the outskirts of a populated city, no information is available regarding the moment it first appeared. The most popular theory is that its appearance was due to something akin to a spatial translocation, but no hard evidence exists to support this or any other theory. Of more importance, however, is its positioning in the teachings of the Septian Church. The Pale is clearly different in nature to artifacts, and it appears to be a more fundamental manifestation of the goddess's powers of creation, committee report. With the limits of our knowledge at present, this is as far as we can get to the truth. There are some who have proposed it may be one of the Septarians, but no evidence has been found in legend or scripture to support this belief. Nevertheless, these questions and many others need answering, and the Congregation of the Sacraments continues to study the Salt Pail to this day. The most accepted proposal comes from those who believe the pail should be seen as nothing more than a gift from Eidos, and they continue to consider various means for her church to make good use of it. Okay, I think I saw this thing on one of the covers, come to think of it. The most realistic of these plans is in using it in the manufacture of a sacred tool used for execute. Oh, so that's the Salt Pail. That's right, that's even what he fucking called it. It's what killed Wiseman! Not Wiseman! Parts of the pail were cut away using high-pressure water and then surrounded with a cylinder made from salt crystal, allowing them to be fired directly into the target without requiring the user to make direct contact. Should the bolt make successful contact with the human target, their whole body would turn to salt, killing them in mere seconds. There are no known means for reversing or stopping the process. This approach does not come without flaws. It seems to be unwise to be uncareful. This approach does not come without flaws. It seems unwise to be careless with an object we still do not understand the true nature of, for one thing. There are also humanitarian concerns with executing someone in this manner. Still, it does bear mentioning that should there ever be a case where a target needs to be eliminated without fail, this would be the most surefire way to carry it out. It should go without saying that research on it is intended to continue into the future. Appendix regarding the aforementioned sacred tool. Okay, so September something. Trial use begins of the sacred tool. Top secret work only. Permission granted to use in the execution of blank. Used in the execution of blank. Fired from bowgun. Results were extremely favorable. No damage was caused to the surrounding area. The target was also successfully erased. Ooh. Appendix about the target. The target was orphaned by the Salt Pail when it first appeared. A brief history of blank is as follows. Joins the Septian Church. Joins the Congregation for the Sacraments as an official. Promoted to bishop. Declared a heretic and excommunicated from the church. Yeah, that's Weissman, all right. Side story. The Salt Pail. Finished. Received Petrify. Received 3,500 Mira. I wonder if there's like a better way to like look at this shit after the fact. I wonder. Yeah, let's see. Okay. Oh, okay. So I can like see a. Okay, well that's cool. I mean, you can't exactly like read it, but you can at least kind of get what they're. I mean, I can live with this. This is kind of cool. Okay, so Moon Door 2. Bring me the dancer with silver locks. Only then shall the door open. Well, I clearly don't know. I clearly don't have her already. Okay, so. Tita, battle, first time. The answer, Chloe and okay, I like how they keep track of the answers. That's cool. I know who the answer to that is, and I'm pretty sure I know the answer to that, too, so. So do I actually literally have 4 more characters here?
It's clear the Lord of Phantasma is not a foe to be underestimated. Unfortunately, we just don't have enough information to try and work out who they really are. If only we had more clues to go on.
I'm simply glad that Her Highness is safe and well. Still, there seems to be every chance that plenty of others have been captured in the same way. We should hurry on and aid them. Considering we're always traveling using verbs and the cube, it's hard to be sure. But it does feel like every time we arrive in a new plane, we're moving farther and farther downward. It makes me wonder what's at the bottom of Phantasma. Maybe it's just me, but it's kind of sort of maybe a bad idea to lock the next Queen of Liberal in one of those ceiling stones, right? That Lord of Phantasma should get the death penalty when we catch him.
Okay, so yeah, that's the path to 1. Like how it keeps track of like everything. Oh yeah, that's probably gonna be the last thing I do tonight. Come to think of it, we're just going to equip the new weapons I got. I'm digging this new outfit, honestly. Scrasmus axe and let's update our equipment and sell off everything we don't need anymore. Alright, I think that's enough for now, so... Alright. So, until next time, this has been Professor Icepick with Back the Log Off, signing off. See you next time.